He placed seeds between his legs and covered them with dirt, then placed more seeds on his chest. He repeated this behavior over and over. Wherever there was a hole, he planted seeds. He used the corpses on the ship as fertilizer. On this bizarre ship, passengers began fighting over food. The seeds he planted became the survivors' only hope of staying alive. Soon the seeds began to sprout. The old man transplanted the plants into the cabin to cultivate them. As for the corpses that had lost their nutritional value, the old man processed the bones a second time, grinding them into powder to use as fertilizer for the plants. He gave the remaining meat to the others to eat. Before long, they had consumed all the food on the ship. A man frantically demanded food from the old man. The old man picked up a knife from the table. Moments later, he handed them some meat. The woman seemed to know what kind of meat it was. After some time, the plants bore fruit and the hen laid eggs. The woman enjoyed the delicious food until stomach pain caused her to collapse. Soon, only the child remained. They then depended on each other for survival on the ship. 18 years later, the ship still floated in the sky. They no longer worried about food. One day during their meal, the son pointed a gun at the hen. The woman stopped her son's action. Unexpectedly, the son developed desires for his mother. The mother's eyes darted away, unable to meet his gaze. In the next second, a sinful hand reached out. All these crimes originated from 20 years ago. Back then, the woman and her boyfriend had boarded this warship along with many tourists. Even high-ranking politicians were there. One old man behaved strangely. He collected dust every day. At night, the crowd indulged in a lavish nightlife, but the politician stood alone outside, watching the scenery. The gang leader guessed what he was thinking. He led his men to kill Mary's boyfriend and brought her to the politician's room. The next day, they discovered the warship was floating in the air. All communication equipment had failed. The food on board could only last 6 days. In this environment, the ugly side of human nature was exposed. The crowd began looting food, but the gang had already taken control of it. In the end, they had no choice but to follow orders. The politician realized that if this continued, everyone would starve. They decided to kill everyone else. The politician then announced over the intercom that they would distribute the remaining food equally. He asked everyone to gather at the warehouse. When people arrived, they realized they'd been tricked. The politician sealed all the exits and threw grenades inside. This way, he successfully eliminated everyone. The gang leader now had his own ideas. Both sides engaged in a final battle. In the end, only 3 people survived. The woman struggled to stay alive, but ultimately became a victim of desire.